wrote the cover story on Mark Zuckerberg. Brad
And a recent cover story on Travis Kalanick. You're like the Uber,
right.
You're the unicorn of journalists.
You've basically been killing us and beating us all, really.
Well, thank you. Yes.
But let's start with the summit and how you compiled this list and the speaker list today, because I mean it's a killer list. These are people that are really tough to get.
I mean, basically we start back in February, March, just brainstorming. We call every smart person we know and say who has the most influence, and we're thinking about sort of business influence and also cultural influence, and we just sort of start winnowing down, and then there's the secret sauce that goes into the final ranking.
The dartboard. Yeah,
exactly, the dartboard. And there you have it. And we were, fortunate enough to get a lot of these people to show up and do live conversations.
Now, I really thought your piece on Mark Zuckerberg and Oculus was incredible because it had so much detail that even we didn't know. Talk to me about writing that piece and meeting Mark and hearing his vision for virtual reality, which nobody else has seen.
It's so interesting. I mean, there's so much to talk about, but it gives you a sense of how expansive Mark's vision for Facebook is. Because you look at WhatsApp or Instagram, those are acquisitions that sort of fit into a vision of Facebook that's very narrow. And then you look at something like virtual reality, and it isn't an obvious fit. But he's sort of transitioned to this mode where he's thinking way, way ahead. And then you have a $2 billion acquisition for a virtual reality
That was way, way pre-product.
Are you a believer, and how do you think we're going to be using virtual reality when we're old?
I think the jury's kind of out. I think that in the next few years, you're going to start seeing them on airplanes, for sure. I think gamers in their homes, you're going to start seeing it. I think maybe, 20 years from now, some business meetings, things like that. I don't think we're going to plug in to the Matrix-like thing anytime soon, although there are people at the Facebook campus who are thinking along those lines, at least.
What do you think the highlights have been so far today and into tomorrow?
So for me, watching Lena Dunham and Kevin Systrom of Instagram sort of talk about both the platform and how it's changing the culture was fascinating. I think Lena maybe made a little news when she dissed Twitter.
She did.
Which she has done over and over, but yes.
She said recently she was going to stop using Twitter, but then she still uses it.
I thought
a surrogate. She said she emails to someone who tweets on her behalf.
I thought watching the bubble panel was very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of gloomy. I actually hadn't quite appreciated just how many. It seemed like a lot of people were feeling dark, and that was sort of new to me.
Why do you think people are so consumed by this question of whether we're in a bubble? I mean, there are cyclical upturns and downturns like clockwork. It's inevitable.
It's interesting because normally the sign of a bubble is no one's talking about the bubble. So maybe there's some kind of counterintuitive thing where we could decide that, party on based on this.
By the way, your boss, Graydon Carter, actually came on earlier and said, absolutely, we are in a bubble. So he called it.
Yes, well.
Uber, your Fast Company headline was something along the lines of "Why we all love Uber." Are you sure? Are you so sure that's true? Is it ready? Is it time for them to make their victory lap right now?
I think that that Uber is a really, really useful service, and that there's been so much negative press, but when you just take a few steps back and look how amazing the company's growth has been and how life-changing it has been, it's just remarkable. There aren't too many companies like it. I mean, I think it's on the level of Facebook in terms of
Max
growth.
Chafkin of Vanity Fair, thank you so much.